Hey guys, and welcome back to Cultured Boys, a show where two guys just want to have a chat. As always, I'm joined by Pepe, and we're back for another random anime review. How you doing, Pepe?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm looking forward to doing this random anime review again. We did it with My Dress Up Darling, which I got very much hooked on, and yeah, we're doing it again with another series today. And I'm interested to hear your thoughts about this one because this one feels a bit more out of our comfort zone, a bit more, in my opinion.
Oh, that's the funniest part is it's out of our comfort zone, and yet so was my Dress Up Darling. And yeah, this was like this is even more feels like out
Yeah,
of I don't know.
you can introduce the series, Nathan. I'll let you
Okay,
introduce the series.
so the series we watched, or the first episode of a series we watched this time, is the world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat. Ah, right. Now I can breathe.
Oh, yep, it's an
Yep.
isekai.
And you'll definitely know because I'm about to rattle off the Japanese name just in case you wanted to hear that instead. Sekai Saikyo no Ansatsusha Isekai Kizoku ni Tensei Suru.
It's just as long as the English title. I love that.
It is, but I also love that it just straight up Isekai. It just has it in the name, like
Yeah, it's
unapologetically, it knows what it is.
yeah, it's like like some of these longer series have like a cut down name. Do we know if this one has a cut down name or not? Like,
I
or
don't
is it
know,
just
but I mean, like, what the most popular one is the slime anime. This one, I don't know, world's finest assassin, probably,
I mean, it probably would just be World's Finest Assassin,
or
like,
you, or
or
like aristocrat assassin or something.
Asatsu Isekai. Assassin. Assassin Isekai, basically. Just call it that. But yeah, like, just a disclaimer to anyone obviously who doesn't know our series preferences. Isekai animes.
We are not fond of those.
I mean, I've watched like stuff like Sword Art Online and like Devil is a Part Time is technically kind of an isekai kind of thing. I did start watching Reincarnated into a Slime, but I really couldn't get into it. I understand there's a lot of hype behind it, but like for me, like I watched the first few episodes, and maybe it's because it's overhyped that I couldn't get into it. But I know there's some of them just. I think since then it's kind of left a bitter taste in my mouth. But yeah, we watched this one.
Yep,
And
same system as last time. Pepe picked 1 to 5, and I picked a number.
yeah, it was free this one. So this is on like the most popular anime as well, like on Crunchyroll. Any of the ones that we haven't seen already, obviously. But yeah, your experience with isekais, Nathan. Have you watched much?
Yeah, I've watched Sword Art Online. I think there might be a few other ones I don't remember that didn't have a ridiculously long title. Um,
Mm.
I guess my probably more experienced in isekais from like mobile games because I haven't seen the anime for it, but I play Princess Connect Redive.
I remember you telling me this in the mobile episode.
Yeah, so that's there's an anime for that on Crunchyroll, and it's basically the same that it's a isekai. So
Apparently, it's actually pretty decent for what it is. You know, like considering it's like a mobile anime, it's actually pretty mobile anime. You know what I mean? Like anime that's been created from this fucking gacha game. It's apparently that's supposed to be quite good. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're
yes,
here to talk about the other isekai. We're
yes,
here to talk about the
Sekai
assassin.
Saikyo no Ansatsusha.
That, yeah. There's a reason why I let Nathan introduce this today. Your initial thoughts, Nathan. What are your initial thoughts on this?
It's not that bad actually. I was kind of interested because once it kicked in, like when the action actually started, I was like, okay, there's some there's weapons, there's like swords and guns and magic, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm down for that.
Yeah, it's a quite interesting concept for it. But basically, like long story short with this, we're just gonna summarize this quite quickly. The story of this, like in the first episode, but bear in mind we've only watched the first episode. We haven't
Yes.
watched anywhere past it. So like we're just giving it our like literally face value first episode kind of review. But in short, it's about was it one of the most world's deadliest assassins actually gets assassinated himself,
Yep.
and then he's sent into it goes full isekai from there. Basically, it's like, oh, he gets transported, and then he meets a woman called she wants herself called the goddess, basically.
Yep.
And she basically gives him the opportunity to live again if he kills the hero of this world with all the magic and sorcery
Yeah.
in it
She
and
she
stuff.
specifically says you'll be reborn in a world of swords and sorcery.
Yeah, yeah. And he's just obviously this guy's in his like what he looks like in his 60s or something.
Oh yeah, he's like old,
He's
but
like
then at the same time, I don't quite understand the age scale because this is very typical isekai anime as well.
yeah. Mm.
So everything Pepe's described is actually most of the end of the episode.
Yes. Yeah, it is very much second half, yeah.
And so the first half you're shown this sorcery world and you're shown this like auction of teenage girls, 13, 14, but each one looks like they should have been 20 something.
Yeah, anime.
It oh mate, it was so awkward as well because it's like it starts off very gratuitous. You get very like you get like very standard fan service shots.
Yeah.
They're all wearing this dress reminiscent of the VKS. I really wish I didn't have to explain that acronym, but the Virgin Killer sweater,
Okay, fair. I
right?
was like, I don't know what this actually means. Fair play. I was gonna leave it. I wasn't even gonna ask you to explain that.
But
But fair.
like very reminiscent of that, and then literally the first girl out after some more fan service shots, they're just straight up like 13 years old. And you're like, oh fucking hell, what the fuck
Yeah,
is this?
it's basically like they've got a bunch of freaking perverted people in a big freaking mansion, and then like the heroes basically not dwelling on the whole weird age thing. We won't get too deep into that. But like from there on, the hero squad like kind of busts in. They do their thing. They take down the whole operation. Is what well we've seen what they're doing. They're trying to take down the whole operation. They shoot all the old perverts or most of them anyway. It turns out there's like some sort of like the was it the Marquess? Is that
Yes.
who it is? Yeah, so the Marquess is who's run the whole thing. She was going to neighboring villages, pretending like sending armies there, pretending they're bandits, but actually they're a whole load of aristocrats, basically, from what I can understand.
Yeah, it's basically a slave trade.
It's a slave trade, but like she's been like posing as bandits to make it look like oh those bandits, but it's actually like some
Yeah, so
freaking high class
there
people,
seems
nobles basically.
to be some sort of like secret task force or something. This is what we're led to assume the heroes of this world are. So I
Yeah,
don't know how the main character will fit into that world. Like, are those the people he's joining, or are those the people he's taking down? We don't know.
100%. I feel like he's going to be the one that's going to take him down. I like well, as I said, we don't know where this is going right now. So we've seen two sides of the story. We've seen the sorcery side where it's this whole like squad coming in to take out this like sex trafficking ring or
Yeah,
whatever. And then we've seen the other side of the what we have as the main character really coming in to take out like he's been assassinated. We're seeing his backstory basically. So it's two sides of this episode. Um but I mean I've got to assume that like he's coming in to like kill all these heroes surely. That's got to be it, right?
well, that's what we're led to believe, but we don't know who the heroes really
Hasn't been
are.
established like that. No,
Like,
the way the first episode portrays it is it leaves you thinking that like those are the heroes. You've seen the heroes at the start, and now you're seeing this guy who potentially is coming in to kill them at this point.
yeah, and like I don't know, that goddess was also kind of weird. It felt like some sort of like fourth wall breaking meta commentary or something.
Yeah, like you can. She has like evil vibes about it. Even when you look at the opening as well, because you like this is one of those animes that like like, some first episode animes they jump straight into it and then you get the opening at the end,
Yeah,
kind of. So like you get like a bit like oh okay, here's what's to come. Whereas this one it dives straight in with the opening and then you kind of like got like the basically the series started. Um, but yeah, like I don't know, there's like some certain bits in that opening where you're like, okay, this goddess looks a bit twisted. To be fair, like, she's got
it's so
like
bad because I realized I didn't actually pay attention to any of the visuals for the opening. I
oh,
was just like
okay, yeah.
vibing to the song.
Okay, fair. I mean, to me, that's all about the opening though. You have to get a vibe to the song, or you get a look at the visuals and analyze it frame by frame. I mean, I haven't analyzed it like that. I've kind of like just watched it back a little bit, but like I kind of like absorbed a little few bits from that opening.
Well, I'm glad one
Like,
of us did, because again, I was just vibing to Dark Seek's Light by Yui Ninomiya. Like that song, I quite enjoyed that song. Might add it to our playlist.
yeah, add it to the Cultured Boys playlist of the freaking like I don't know 500 other Japanese songs or however many it is. But yeah, like I think it's quite cool visually as well because it kind of gave me like little Persona vibes in a way.
That's always good.
Like like what is it? In Persona you have those enemies and they all have masks, don't they? And
Yeah,
obviously like the shadow, it's shadows, isn't it?
yeah,
Is it
shadows.
shadows? Yeah, like like when you're in the overworld in Persona and the shadows are coming at you, you have to sneak up on them and that. They have
Yeah,
masks, don't they? And you have to go and rip off the masks. Like there's like kind of like that kind of vibe like going on with
interesting.
some
Okay.
some of that. So whether that is just like visual representation of aristocrats or whether that's actual like demons coming out, I feel like it's more of a representation more than demons.
Yeah, I think it is just the aristocrats, because I feel
Yeah.
like they always, whenever you see aristocrats in media now, it's always just like to hide their true identity. It's always like a masquerade ball or something.
It's yeah, it's masquerade vibe, and that is like pretty much very much established
Yeah,
in like the first like what was it 2 minutes of anything. They jumped straight into it if that. But like I was pleasantly surprised by this. I was pleasantly surprised. It does leave you asking questions, which is what you kind of want from a first episode. That's how they get you hooked.
yeah,
Um, and I am curious to see where this series is going. It's a hard one to
same.
it's a hard one to say like where it would be. Um, I don't know how many episodes this is as well. Is it 12 or is it 24? Do we know?
I don't remember. I remember seeing, at least when I was on Crunchyroll's website, because I used the browser version,
Yeah, yeah.
there was at least 14.
Okay, maybe it's ongoing right now then.
Yeah, probably. I'm not gonna lie. I was actually kind of interested, and I almost did sit and watch the second episode. Um,
Oh yeah, that's unlike you.
I mean, again, I was gonna almost did the same for our last random anime review. Like so far, I guess it's not that the animes are like bad. It's just, again, I'm not an anime watcher,
hmm
so I'm not inclined to sit and watch multiple
Yeah.
episodes at once. But the world was interesting enough to me,
hmm
because even though the goddess said it's a world of swords and sorcery, I'm like, yeah, but like they had guns.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a yeah. They literally came in and like shot the whole place up.
yeah, she had an automatic rifle, right? And
Yeah,
then the maid girl had a friggin' revolver.
yeah.
But like every time they fired, it's like these guns are like imbued with some sort of magic, and they still
Mm,
use normal magic as well. Like they had incantations and things. So it's just kind of interesting, the thought of this mix of a world, and how this guy who's come from the real world and is very
mhm.
proficient with weaponry, like firearms and stuff, is gonna take his knowledge and apply it to this new world where there's an extra layer on top.
I think like it would be interesting to see his journey in it more than anything. I feel because like realistically, he's come from a background where like he's done this from a young age.
Yeah,
Like that, like he's had so much experience within like the assassin world or assassin community, whatever it is. And this was like is that typical like this is my retirement day, and then that's where his freaking plane blows up,
yeah.
and it just like what was it? I can't remember what film it was. I was one day from retirement.
I don't
It's like
even
that meme.
I don't remember what film that is either, but that's just the reference, isn't it? Like that's
It is the
just the meme,
reference.
like you said. Like it's always, I was 2 days from retirement.
Yeah, and but he very much like when he like passes over to this isekai world, like he has like a moment of thought where, and he's like, I work for this organization and I would have died for them, but they're willing to throw me away so quickly. And it's very much made clear that obviously the organization he worked for that he's now leaving, they're the ones that basically killed him off from this, and
It
he's like,
also wasn't just that. It was the whole like the whole sequence before that. He was like, it wasn't even like ah shit. It was he was literally still cold, calculated, and was like, yep, this was them. They're saying it's a hijack.
yeah,
It's not. It's them. They used you, i.e. the partner he had. He turns to her and he's basically like, they used you to get to me. I focused too much on getting us out. That's what they wanted, and now the plane is going down, and this is them assassinating me. I thought the funniest and coolest line though was, when the fighter jet comes in and it's about to fire the missile,
hmm
and when he was like, I didn't think they'd give me such an amazing coffin, and you're like, huh? What?
The dialogue in it is funny. I don't know if it's intentionally funny or not. It feels like they wanted to go for like the cool cheesy line,
Yeah.
and I
I
do appreciate. I thought this like I do like this main character as well. I think he's got like a cool like head
No,
and shoulders
I
and
think
that.
he's like, it's a cool main character just because he's like the old grizzled guy who's got all the
Yeah,
experience in the world, and he's been born and raised in this world. He knows nothing else, right?
yeah.
That's cool, but at the same time, it's just I don't know. If I was younger, I might have been like, "Man, that was so cool." That line, like, "Oh, I didn't think
Yeah.
they'd give me such an amazing coffee." You know what I mean? Like,
It just also what you've just mentioned there, just I didn't I hate to say that it plays into some of the isekai tropes, but like
oh, it
like there's
completely
some
does.
yeah, but it really like in the moment you said, "Oh yeah, it's like the strongest assassin obviously goes into this world," and it's like there's a bit like it shows that like because he's transitioning over to this isekai world, he might not take all this stuff up straight away like his assassination skills, but like
Well, there'll
it.
be there'll be a transition like period in it, because all she said is you're gonna be reborn into this world,
Mhm,
and you'll have all your memories and experience. But again, that's like a whole new body. It's a world
mhm,
with different like physics and shit, because it's got
yeah.
magic and stuff. So he's obviously gonna have to learn some stuff. But like, you're completely right though. This We say it all the time, like tropes.
Yeah,
Isekai animes all have the trope, right? This is
yeah.
the most tropey Chinibyo shit there
Hey,
is.
hold up. There wasn't a truck in this one. You know, the truck that kind of like
Okay,
runs people
there
over.
wasn't that truck, but they were the armored
They replaced it
fuck.
with a plane instead, a fighter jet. It's
No, but
next level
but this is
isekai.
what I'm saying though. Like, okay, it's not got certain tropes, but it's like it's still Chinibyo as fuck. Like,
I know, I know, I
that power
know.
fantasy, like, oh, I'm the best assassin. I can notice drones flying in the sky,
Oh my
fucking
god,
fighter
yeah.
jets are taking me down, armored border force vehicles with mounted fucking machine guns are after me.
Yeah.
I can pull your gun out from your holster without you knowing and remove bullets and
Oh, that bloody sequence! That sequence was ridiculous. It's like, oh, like what is it? He just suddenly pulls a gun on his like apprentice, and then he's like, "Why? What have they taught you to do from here?" And she's like, "Oh, like to do this, like all
oh,
this
they
like
said
spy shit."
feint to the
And then
left, what the hottest
yeah,
side of the
and then he's
gun.
like, "Then why aren't you doing that?" And it's like, "Because I don't think it'd work on you, but you shouldn't have believed me." And he gives her the gun back. He's like, "Go to sleep." And then she's like, "I'm going to shoot you." And he's
Go
like,
to
"You
sleep.
can't do that without the bullets." And
Yeah.
it's like, "Ah,
No,
the bullets
it's
are."
even worse than that, because he's like, you should have noticed the weight of the gun, and then she's like, eh? Well, it's even funny in Japanese because it's like, that whole sequence. She's just like, I'm gonna shoot
Yeah,
you, and like in Japanese, it's cut down to one word. Because in English he'd be like,
yeah,
go to sleep,
yeah.
and in Japanese
Okay.
he just responds with one word. It cuts it even shorter, and it's kind of like funnier
Oh,
to me because she's like, I'm gonna shoot you. He's like, Neru, I'm gonna shoot you,
okay.
Neru. I'm gonna do it, Neru.
Okay, that's the experience I miss because like we
Once
Nathan watched
again,
the
we watched
yeah
it in different languages.
yeah I think it's good to do that sort of thing though because like you've watched the sub version, I've watched the dub version. I think the dub's fine as well. By the way, I don't think there's like any glaring like issues with it. There's no like weird voice actors. Let's put it that way.
I mean, the only weird thing in the sub was the fucking goddess herself.
Oh
Again,
yeah.
with that like fourth wall breaking, it was just a bit weird.
Actually, there was one bit of the goddess in the dub which I found a little bit like,
Was it the
ooh,
baby
okay.
crying thing?
Well, I don't know what it sounded like on the sub, but it kind of it kind of sounded like in the dub one. It sounded like she went ooh.
No, in the sub, she literally sounded like a baby, and it just was like it was just really weird because
Yeah, it's that one bit. It's that one bit. It's the same point we're talking about there. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm bigging up my heart. Maybe she didn't go woo. Maybe she did do like a wow or something, like wow or something. But like, I don't know. To me, it just sounded like a woo. that's
no,
that's the only
the
downside.
best part of the goddess was
Yeah.
I don't even remember what she said now, but
Hmm.
at one point she speaks in English, but it was reminiscent to me of like JoJo English.
Oh yeah.
Like she's just speaking Japanese, and then it's something like "Let's go, let's
That sounds
go."
that's Mario.
Like she
Let's go.
she says something.
Wahoo!
She literally just says something in English after like doing a baby
Yeah,
cry and some other
yeah.
fucking
Okay,
fourth wall
yeah.
shit from the start. It's
It's that over the top character that's like
oh,
probably like
dude, she was
yeah.
way over the top. Like,
Yeah, it plays into that sort of thing. You need that like you need this like stone cold guy to come in and meet this like, absolutely over the top person. That's what you kind of want with that contrast of character. It kind of it does play a little bit well into the scene. I'll give it that.
yeah, it does because the main character is just so stoic. You know,
Yeah.
he's there and he's like, just tell me what I need to know.
Kind of like I could imagine like ProZD kind of doing a voice for this guy or something like
That
doing
would
like a little Archibald voice. It is very similar to the Archibald voice, to be fair.
that would have been good. Yeah, it was overall though. You know, I'd still watch it. I get the feeling
Hmm.
he's probably gonna like turn. I guess I don't want to say turn heel to steal the like wrestling term because he's not going to turn
Yeah,
evil, but I guess like in the eyes of the goddess he might turn evil, like turn heel, because
yeah.
I get the feeling he's probably going to have to turn against her.
I reckon it's got to be because it's a bit shit character development if he goes out and kills the heroes where he just came from this like this organization which killed him off even though he was so loyal to them. Like it kind of feels like if he just went in, killed all the heroes and went back out, it's like oh I learned nothing. It's like well that was a shit series then, wasn't it? I think it will be like like this is our character development. I feel like he probably will turn coat a little bit and
Yeah,
maybe like end up siding with the heroes or something like
well,
but I do expect drama from this. I don't expect it to be like I reckon he will fight the heroes like head on, probably
yeah,
hear a bit about their cause, go back and forth a little bit and then see what
yeah, I
happens from
reckon
there.
that's what it'll be because it really does come across as that goddess is maybe a bit too supportive of
Mm.
the slave trading.
It comes across like that like yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like she's very shady and she's definitely hiding
Well,
something.
that's the thing about watching the opening, Nathan. There's one frame where she just looks freaking evil, and this is why I'm like, yeah, you can't trust this person. Obviously, the woman that's like hired an assassin to kill the hero of the world isn't exactly gonna be like the shining god. It's not like no Palutena or anything like that from Kid Icarus. Let's put it that way.
Fair, fair.
Um, yeah, I kind of I'm curious to see where it goes. I think I might actually watch a second episode and see how it goes.
If I've got nothing else to do, I'll watch the second episode and maybe a
Yeah.
few more. I don't know.
I think this has drawn me in a bit more than slime anime. I think I rate this first episode a bit more. I think to be fair, if the slime anime it was like very much probably big at the time it launched as well. So I gotta give it credit to that. It probably is like an OG sort of isekai or
Yeah.
like one of the more iconic ones. But
Well, I mean, for the genre, it was like that and a few more. You know, like there was a
yeah,
few of them that all sort of one after the
Konosuba, for
other.
example. I remember Konosuba actually. I watched that. I watched the whole series of that. That's an isekai.
I mean, I've heard of that one. I know that's very popular. I've never watched it. Oh, there's the other
It's
one.
okay. Like for what
Oh,
it
what's that other one?
is. Is it RE0? That's quite
ReZero.
popular.
Yeah, ReZero.
Yeah, ReZero. Yeah,
That's
is it
pretty
isekai
popular.
that one?
I
Oh,
don't
that's an
know.
isekai.
I don't know anything about that except for the main waifus. Like
Oh, is it like
Rem and Ram, their
Rem and
sisters. Like
Ram?
I
Yeah.
literally only know that because of fucking the internet.
That's the same way I know about them. It's like they are like very much iconic characters at this point as well. I'll play probably more iconic than any of the characters from Konosuba. Actually, maybe
No, I mean from Konosuba, I only know Megumin,
Megumin, yeah,
the
Aqua.
little like.
Actually, I was
Oh
about to say I
yeah.
don't know any characters. I was about to say I couldn't name any characters from Konosuba. Now, oh yeah, Megumin, Aqua. What's the other one? There's a third girl. I can't remember her name now. God, and I can't remember the dude either. I watched the whole 2 seasons of it, or how many seasons were out there. I've forgotten. I can't remember clearly. That's that much of an impact on me. I'm sorry, any Konosuba fans. Sorry, any slime fans, but yeah.
I mean, I only know the name of the main character from the slime anime, like the person who actually gets
Oh,
turned into a slime, Rimuru,
yes. Okay, there we go. Memory.
and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
only because I watched a video from Joey, the anime man,
Oh, yeah.
who when he tried to make a big old blue slime ball in real life, because he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna make Rimuru in real life," and it didn't work, obviously. Like he made a big old blue slime, but it wasn't cohesive enough that it stayed in a ball form. He just had
Yeah,
this fucking blue sludge everywhere.
yeah.
Looked like a
Saying
nightmare.
that, like, I just remembered actually. I've actually got the manga for what was it? I got reincarnated into Yamcha from Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah, that's probably my most favorite isekai, just because it's
I
Dragon
actually
Ball.
I've got the volume of that. I haven't actually read it yet, so I need to actually read it.
I mean, I've read that several times.
Is it good? I mean, I remember you told me about the illustrator of it.
Yeah,
Um,
he's called Dragon Garo Lee. Follow him
yeah,
on Twitter. He's an amazing artist. Um,
yeah,
but it's quite a simple story. It's what I think it's like 3 chapters.
yeah,
So
yeah. It's only one volume, and it's quite a short volume.
yeah, so basically the premise behind that is just a guy who was into Dragon Ball becomes Yamcha, uses all of his knowledge to become as strong as he can, and then Yamcha just becomes like an amazing character. But that's because he's got like all the knowledge of Dragon Ball.
I need to read it. It's on my shelf. I need to read it. But yeah, okay, fair enough. Like, so I think compared to most isekais, in my experience of watching certain isekais and having a quite a like I don't know, not a great opinion of them, I think this is actually like gone past my expectations of it. I'm actually really pleasantly surprised by it. And I probably will give it a second watch. I'll probably try and find time to watch another episode.
Yeah, I mean it's different enough, like because I was
Hmm.
expecting that it would be like sort of like medieval-ish, like medieval fantasy, like swords and stuff. I wasn't expecting them to actually have like magic and guns. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, with a title with aristocrats in the title, you
yeah,
kind of get a little bit
like
like,
I. It's not so much the magic, but like I wasn't expecting there to be like firearms at all.
yeah,
Like if they
yeah,
were gonna do any like long range, it was gonna be a bow or like a spell. Like, but again, this is different enough from the other isekais that
yeah,
I feel like I personally also would, again, if I watched anime, I would actually probably watch this at least until the
yeah.
point where it just got too ridiculous and I was like, I'm done.
I hope if it is like a one season anime, then I think like it's one of those ones I feel like would be better if it wasn't drawn out. This is one thing that I hope. I hope that it's one that has like a shorter story and isn't like going on for seasons and seasons.
Well, we don't know because I don't know what the source material is.
Yeah, I don't actually know what the source material is. It
Like, I
could be
don't know
like
if
a
this was a
visual
short
novel.
novel series or if this was an actual like manga or something before or a webtoon. Like, we have no idea. That is one of
Yeah.
the one things we didn't look up.
Yeah. I always just assumed they're light novels from this because I feel like a lot of
Yeah,
these like isekai kind of series do come from like light novels. Not a bad thing at all. There's like some great series that come from that kind of thing. But yeah, that's fair. Anything else you want to say about the series, Nathan?
no, not really. Again, like last time, it's hard to say anything more because we only watched one episode.
Yeah, exactly. But like I do want to watch more. I think I will watch more. I'll try to give it a shot. Well, this is the thing. I watched My Dress Up Done. I end up only wanting to watch the first one. Then I ended up watching the whole 6 episodes at the time it was out. And now, yeah, I've completed that, and that's great. Yeah, hopefully they'll get another season of that. But yeah, maybe the same will happen with this assassin isekai. I'm just gonna call it that. But yeah, fair. If you got nothing much else to say, and I don't think I have anything else to say. Well, guys, check it out, I guess, and leave a comment below if you've watched it and would tell us what you think about it. And remember to always like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on all the podcast platforms. The links are in the description. And I guess we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.